rain today. The weatherman has said it'll continue raining for the next 7 days, and we should prepare ourselves. But if you looked outside right now, you would say no, no chance of rain. But Gershon, please, as we get into the next week of rain, what exactly are the needs of the people who are currently displaced? I know we talked about how many people have unfortunately lost their lives, the rates of displacement. What are their immediate urgent needs right now, and how are we helping come through for them, whether it's through private actors like World Vision or the government?
Yeah, thank you. That's a very important question, consideration, because we are talking about people who are in distress, and we can categorize their needs: the immediate needs, then the midterm, and the long term. So the immediate need is to save them from where they are, by either moving them to a safer place, and rescuing those who are, for example, marooned, and making sure that they are moved to safer places. That is the primary, just to save life and to minimize any more of loss of life. And as we do so also, we do as much as possible to minimize also loss of property. Although in terms of flooding, that may not be, we may not be able to salvage much
property,
because the immediate is to save people's lives. And those who are coming from, for example, in the northeastern, where the main livelihood is livestock, try as much as possible also to minimize the loss of life of livestock, because that is the mainstay of the people. Number two is, as we rescue these people to safer places, this could be learning institutions, it could be places of worship. They need to eat for them to continue to be alive. They need to cover themselves. The situation that you are seeing in Madare, there are people who manage to come with few clothes, some blankets, but unfortunately they came with wet blankets. So you find a mother and her children covering themselves with wet blankets or clothing. So also provide warm clothing to minimize other opportunistic infections like pneumonia. But also immediate is to provide food and clean water. The waters that they could be accessing could not be safe, because it's not just about availability of water, but we talk about potable water. That means it is not only clean, clear, but it is clean. That is, it is free of bacterial or any other contamination. But with flooding, the likelihood that these the waters that people are accessing right now has been contaminated with sewage and other contaminants, then it's high likely. So it's important to provide them with food, safe water, and also warm clothing.
Yeah, we're looking at a situation whereby, with all that you painted as a picture, it's ongoing in the ground. What are the actions that are being undertaken by the government and non-government organizations, or even help groups, just trying to make sure that they attend or address the urgent needs of the communities affected by the floods? Because you'd get into places like Madare, even just getting to a place where you can help people. Roads are impassable, bridges are broken, vehicles are actually being swept away by the floods, even as you try to bring in help. What's the situation, and what are some of the measures being undertaken?
Good question. And as we may be aware, recently the government made it public by pronouncing itself that it has formed a multi-agency, multi-sector flood response team. That was a good thing, because multi-agency, it means that they are bringing on board all stakeholders, both government and non-state actors. And when you bring all these people on board, each one is coming with different competences. And sometimes even people are quick to say government is not doing anything. But I can give an example. As World Vision, this weekend we were in Madare providing cash assistance to the flood-affected victims. But for us to access the slums where these people are, we couldn't do it by our own. We had to work with the government to make sure that the police officers are there to provide security, not just for us as World Vision staff who are responding, but also even the journalists who are with us. They are there with their equipment, and communication equipment is expensive. police were there also to make sure that the journalist security was ensured as we went to give this assistance. So you see, as a government agency that is charged with providing security, they are playing a critical role to support the responders to access these areas.
Yes.
The other thing is the coordination itself, making sure that we don't just respond. As you go, there is data to tell you other people are intervening, for example, in location B. So there's no need for you to go there because that will be duplication. And yet we have people in point C who are equally needy. So that bringing together, the government has brought together, it's helping in coordination to ensure that nobody, for example, is double dipping while there's the other one who is
still in need.
Exactly. The other thing is, as people are moving out, the other people with criminal mind are also taking advantage to want to steal or to do harm. So the security team is coming also to minimize chances of people going to steal as they ran out from the houses because of flooding, people going in to steal.
So those are some of the challenges you're going through as you're trying to mitigate the situation.
Yes, I'm sure.
Exactly, and not only us, it's all the responders.
All the responders of this multi-agency task force. We'll talk about the challenges a little